June was overwhelming for cozy games. I've been tracking everything that came out this month, and last week I covered everything that blew up. This video is the other side of that. The games that came out in the same window and basically nobody talked about, some of them deserved a lot more. Let's fix that. Ourlands is a sandbox island builder from a solo developer. The thing that surprised me is how much it pulls you in despite having almost nothing to do. You place things at your own pace, watch the day-night cycle move over your island, and somehow 20 minutes just go. The item count is slim right now. That's a real caveat. If you need content, you will hit the wall fast. But the art is lovely, the UI is clean, and new items unlock as you explore, which keeps it from feeling empty. It's only $5, with a solo developer actively building it out. Worth the bet. You play as Dr. Shiberson, a dog. The game is called Fish and Hike. That's the premise. Fishing mechanics vary so much from game to game that there isn't really a standard for them. I always take a while to click with however a new game has decided to do it. Fish and Hike was no different. The controls aren't explained well up front. The boat I'm still a bit clumsy with, though I suspect that's more a me and vehicles problem than a game problem. But once the fishing clicked, it was satisfying. The game is bigger than the name suggests too. 8 lakes across 4 biomes, foraging on trails to craft bait, combat, quests. I didn't expect that much. It's early access and there are bugs, but the world is charming and the foundations are solid. Raccoon Packer is a packing puzzle game. Raccoons bring you items, you cram them into boxes and ship them off. 70 levels. It's more compulsive than it has any right to be. The items are silly and the art is charming. The levels vary enough that just when you think you've got it figured out, a new shape breaks your brain. It's challenging without being frustrating. Spirit Talk is a short visual novel where you play as Julia, a young witch who speaks to the dead. She runs a shop helping her neighbors reconnect with loved ones who've passed. She's also carrying her own grief. Her mother died recently. The potion crafting is simple, more texture than challenge. But the 4 client storylines are where the game earns it. Each one handles loss and acceptance differently. The writing earns its emotional moments instead of manufacturing them. It just sits with grief and lets that be enough. I picked it up expecting something light and found myself crying a bit. That was not the plan. The price complaint is real. It's 2 hours. If that's a deal breaker, wait for a sale. But the emotional side of it lands in a way that sticks. Duppy Detective Tashia starts with Tashia having a run-in with a stranger who takes her phone. She ends up in the world between the living and the dead. To get home, she volunteers to help solve a murder. That's the setup. The game earns it. The Caribbean folklore is the draw, and it's handled with real affection. Every character is distinct. The hand-drawn comic book art is gorgeous. About an hour, replayable choices shape the ending. It reminded me a lot of Tangle Tower. The mystery is less about solving things and more about spending time in a world that's been built with care. I wanted more of it when it ended. Lost in Art puts you inside Ottoman miniature paintings. The puzzles come from logic, spatial thinking, and folk tales embedded in the art itself. Each one you solve restores a figure that had disappeared from the painting. The title is a double meaning. You're finding lost art and you get lost in it. The atmosphere is soothing in a way that makes the puzzling feel effortless even when it isn't. There's a glossary, historical context for each painting, enough depth that you learn something without feeling like you're being taught. Some puzzle types repeat, and that's a fair criticism. But the presentation is so strong that it carries the weaker moments, 2 to 3 hours. The price is on the higher end for that, but I came out of it with a real appreciation for miniature painting that I didn't have going in. If you want to stay ahead of what's coming in the cozy space, cozygamesdb is worth having bookmarked. It's a discovery database built for this community where you can browse and wishlist upcoming titles so nothing slips past you on release day. Links in the comments below. The Dreams in the Peacock House is a surreal short game about a comatose artist working through inner conflict. It shifts between text adventure, point-and-click puzzles, and visual novel segments. None of those transitions feel jarring. The puzzles are light, more about exploration than challenge. The art is vivid and strange. It stuck with me longer than I expected something this small to. The credits tell you what you missed, which is a nice touch. $3. It asks almost nothing of you. Detective Inna Duke is a Ukrainian noir visual novel. Lieutenant Inna Duke is investigating the abduction of a streamer named Ole Hamston. There's a missing hamster subplot. The whole thing has this deadpan confidence that's hard to describe and harder to pull off. The humor lands consistently. The minigames fit into the story without feeling like interruptions. Near the end, something happens that I did not see coming, and it hit harder than expected. The art direction feels like Rainy Kiev filtered through a very deliberate visual sensibility. Choices affect endings. A couple of hours. The soundtrack is something I'm still thinking about. Swan Song is set inside a music box. You guide a small swan by placing musical notes on a scale. The notes activate platforms. Get the swan to the end. The first few puzzles are simple. Then the mechanics start layering. Notes that freeze things, notes that break after one use, notes that activate on a second pass. What I didn't expect is how forgiving it is. You can fail as many times as you need, and it never punishes you for it. Each chapter introduces something new, so the puzzle logic keeps evolving. And the story and the puzzles feel unified in a way that's hard to explain. The music box is both the game mechanic and the emotional object at the center of the narrative. The story is about Edith and her mother's terminal illness. It's based on a true story. I cried at it. Don't close it when the puzzles end. 9 chapters, 108 puzzles, finishable in an afternoon. Shepherd Knight as you protecting a flock of sheep from dragons, wolves, and various things that want to eat them. You switch between a knight who can throw sheep and a dog who herds them. The whole puzzle design is built around using the sheep as tools, routing them, positioning them, triggering things with them. It reminded me of Pikmin. That same logic of managing a group to solve problems rather than solving them yourself. The world is open, there are collectibles scattered through it, and the music is this calm but slightly epic thing that gives the whole adventure more weight than you'd expect from a game about herding sheep. The combat is simple. Gathering sheep has a learning curve. There were some bugs. It's the priciest game on this list, with almost no reviews, which makes it a harder sell, but I had fun with it. Glimvale is an idle city builder, with a specific hook. You're not playing the MMO. You're the developer running it. You build a town, manage what adventurers need, push patches that change what they want, deal with bot invasions. The decoration system goes deeper than it looks. Hundreds of items, color variants, rotation, and specific combinations that unlock new NPCs or animals as surprises. I opened it to check it out before bed and lost track of time completely. The progression loop has a pull to it that's hard to put down once you're in it. It launches with bugs being patched fast. The tutorial is thin, so give it time before the systems open up. For under $5, it's almost unfairly generous. Mousebusters is from Odenkat, who made Bear's Restaurant and Max Monster. You move into a new apartment and get turned into a mouse. You now have to bust the ghosts haunting each tenant to break the curse. That's the setup. The ghost busting is more varied than I expected. There are boss encounters, and the minigames keep things from settling into a routine. The pixel art is packed with personality, and the tenant stories sneak up on you. The game has a lot of humor and inside jokes, but it also goes somewhere heavier, touching on loneliness and insecurity. 3 to 4 hours. This is the game that stuck with me the most. That's the underrated side of June. The popular games video is linked below if you want the other half of the month. Drop a comment with whatever you played that didn't get enough attention. See you in the next one!